Texans at Bengals.
To the NFL's top 10 defenses right here. Houston, I was really impressed by how they played last week, what you said earlier with TJ Yates. Really throwing the ball a lot more than we thought with their third-string quarterback, guy making his NFL debut as a starter, coming up and beating a very, very talented Atlanta team. But this Houston defense has impressed me since week one. Wade Phillips has just turned this thing around, switching to the 3-4. And even without Mario Williams is even the more impressive thing. Not having his presence on the line, and they're still able to stop people. I think Houston can really impress even more in Cincinnati because I just don't see this young Bengals team being able to move the ball against this Houston defense. And Arian Foster, with all these other backs getting hurt, he's moved himself up to being the best running back in the NFL this season. Could you guys argue that? I mean,
no, he's the best.
Everybody else has gotten hurt. He's been the guy. He missed a couple games early in the season, but since he got back, he has been the most impressive running back in the NFL, both as a rusher and receiver.
Yeah, he can do so many things for you. And I think if you watch that defense in that Atlanta game, they were blitzing the crap out of Matt Ryan, and they were doing it successfully, and they forced a good quarterback in Matt Ryan to play a terrible, terrible game against Andy Dalton.
And when you have the receivers that Atlanta has, and you're able to blitz Matt Ryan the way you were and put one-on-one coverage on the guys like Julio Jones, Roddy White, and Tony Gonzalez, you gotta say that's pretty impressive for both your secondary and your pass rush.
Yeah, and tell me more about Dalton. Do you think he's got a chance against this Texans defense?
Andy Dalton's got a chance. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool customer. I mean, that's what we've shown. He's very similar to. I would put the nickname Ice on him, like we've done to Matt Ryan.
Yes.
But again, Matt Ryan's so different on the road, and I think that makes a difference to why Atlanta wasn't able to hang in this. We're looking this game. It's going to be at the Bengals. They're going to be going on the road here. I'm really intrigued with Houston in their signing of Jeff Garcia this week. Now, of course, not to play this week, not to play next week, but that guy has been a proven winner his entire career. He's been looked down on because of his size.
And his arm strength.
But he's been a proven winner his whole life. He's old.
41.
He's really old right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got to take into consideration. And I'm not saying that he's going to be a starter and into the playoffs and he's going to lead him to a couple playoff victories, but I'm intrigued. And I think that's a possibility.
It makes them interesting.
Because as well as Yates played last week, I still don't see him winning a playoff game with that guy.
I don't know. I think he could.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Yates has jumped into this Texans scheme and is already playing miles better than like a Blaine Gabbert. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Blaine Gabbert looks awful, but he's jumped right in there and he's playing well. And they're using him well because they have this amazing weapon in Arian Foster and Ben Tate.
I give credit to the coaching staff.
Now, what?
You remember they did lose Andre again this.
Well, I was just going to bring that up. And do we know more about Andre?
No,
it changes by the day. I mean,
last I saw, there's still a possibility for him to play this week. But if I'm the Texans, maybe I don't do that. Maybe I don't rush him back. Yeah. You want him for when it really, really counts and matters. I'm gonna take the Texans on the road in this one. The Bengals. They just got smashed last week. Now, that was Pittsburgh, and that's one thing. But Arian Foster, like you mentioned, I can't wait till 25 years down the road. We're a little bit older, sitting around watching old NFL films of Arian Foster and saying, that guy sure knew how to run the football. That guy was a special talent. I love watching Arian Foster. I can't wait to watch this game. I think it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
My intuition tells me to take the Texans. And that's what I will do.
Key thing is for Houston is that they can win with their defense alone, and it also helps to have Arian Foster as well. So their defense is good enough to win by themselves.
It's nice.
So you're picking the Texans too?
I am picking the Texans in this one.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's make that a clean sweep.